There is an unspoken rule at the Noble Academy. Real nobles only eat the crescent meat from the gill of the fish. So when someone eats the back meat of the fish in big bites, they will immediately be recognized as a child from a poor family. This is a noble game designed by the heirs of the 4 major financial groups. Every year they select 50 poor students to play the role of wealthy nobles. The time limit is 1 month. Those who succeed in disguising themselves will receive a huge cash prize. If they are accidentally exposed, they will have to work for the 4 major financial groups for 50 years for free. I am nothing more than a low-level nobody who struggles to make ends meet every day. But by accident, while delivering takeout, I was chosen by this Noble Academy. I lowered my head and looked at the game invitation with gold edges in my hand, thinking of my mother who was sick in bed at home. In the end, I decided to participate in this strange and absurd game. On the first day of school, I tried my best to project an aloof and restrained top-tier noble demeanor, dragging a suitcase from an exclusive niche brand through the school gate. The gate was crowded with noble young masters and ladies who came to watch. Today was the official start of this noble game. Everyone stared expectantly at the poor performers who were about to appear. I knew in my heart they just wanted to see the nervous and embarrassed jokes of the lowly scum from the slums trying to act like nobles. Some even set up bets on it, guessing how many days these commoners would last this time. Soon when I appeared, I immediately caught the attention of all the noble young masters and ladies. My brow and eyes naturally carried an aloof and restrained noble aura. A group of noble young masters and ladies turned their heads and lowered their voices trying to guess my identity. I frowned slightly at the crowd blocking the school gate, then looked down at the potholed wet road, impatiently picked my ear, then pointed at a noble boy standing there dazed, said take off your jacket and put it under my feet. I do not like getting the soles of my shoes wet. As soon as I finished speaking, the noble boy who was singled out stared at me in shock. This guy is way too arrogant. Could he be that legendary mysterious heir? The originally noisy crowd fell silent for a few seconds, but no one dared to speak up to refute, because this year the 4 major financial groups came up with a new twist. To increase the difficulty of the game, they actually had the long-retired top-tier noble heirs pretend to be commoner students just arriving at school. Although I was only carrying a suitcase from a niche brand, people could not tell for the moment whether I was a fake young master pretending to be a commoner, or a top-tier noble disguised as a commoner. I narrowed my eyes with a cold and stern expression. It felt like I did not put anyone in my eyes at all. Wherever my gaze swept, the young masters and ladies frozen in place felt a chilling aura. The air seemed to freeze. No one dared to act rashly, afraid of offending that legendary top-tier noble. Who is this guy? His presence is way too strong. But some students could not stand my arrogant attitude, retorted saying humph, I think he is just one of the chosen lowly scum, just a little more cunning than the others. I walked up to that noble girl who looked unconvinced. In the stunned gazes of the crowd I raised my hand and slapped her face, said what did you just say? Say it louder, I did not hear. After speaking I took a handkerchief from my pocket and wiped my hand with a disgusted look. Everyone did not expect me to throw a punch without saying a word and started buzzing with discussion. That is the daughter of Tom, one of the top 10 richest people in the world. How dare he hit her? How can a grown man hit a girl? She just said a couple of things about him that is way too rude. The noble girl who was hit covered her face in disbelief. She had never suffered such humiliation in her life. The noble girl pointed at me trembling with rage, said how dare you hit me? Do you know who my father is? My father is Tom, one of the top 10 richest people in the world. You are dead for crossing me. I did not take the noble girl threats seriously at all. Stepped over her to leave. A noble girl who had always been pandered to had never been ignored like this before. She suddenly reached out and grabbed the corner of the young man's clothes, said stop right there. Who said you could leave? There was a clatter. A black card with golden patterns fell to the ground. ASH. ARPIDE student immediately discovered it and pointed at the ground in shock, said look what